Something that I learned this past week is that people's perceptions are genuinely their reality. And no matter how much you try and change and evolve and grow, some people will refuse to update the image that they have of you. But does that mean that you stop growing? Does that mean that you stop evolving? No. Regardless of what they think, regardless of what they say, we've got to keep walking into the version that we want to become. And we're going to do that regardless. Welcome to episode 1, season 2 of Snowberry Talks. And this is a series that I did on my TikTok and I'm bringing it here. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into the video. People are always going to have something to say about you, whether it's good, whether it's bad. And that is based on the limited experience that they have had with you. Just because that is their perception doesn't mean that it's truth, doesn't mean that that's who you are. Like if someone has met you at a point where you were at your lowest, some people will hold on to that freeze frame in your life because it's just a moment in your life, and what they will try and do is make that your permanent identity, and that's their reality, that's their story that they have of you, but it doesn't mean that that's who you are. Some people prefer the version of you that made them comfortable, that made them feel good about themselves. This new you, this new you challenges them. You can't live your life trying to edit someone else's version of your story. And I think in this week, because it got to me, man, like someone was speaking about me, like, um, that I know. And they were so like confident in what they had to say about me. And I was just like, this person and I don't even speak. This person and I, like, this person does not even know me now. They're literally speaking about the version of me that they knew, like, what, 3 years ago? And I was just like, you know what? I am not gonna live my life trying to edit someone else's version of my story. Sometimes when people see you changing, it makes them uncomfortable only because it forces them to reflect on themselves. They would rather cling onto your old mistakes rather than acknowledge where you are now because it makes them feel better about themselves clinging onto the old version of you. Some, yo, guys, the way I feel so passionate about this, some people will not even be open to meeting the new version of you because it will disrupt the narrative that they have built of you in their minds. And it's so funny because they'll bring up all those old things, not because it's who you are, but because at the time it's all they had access to. And you know how it is. You know how it is these days and age. Like, for example, when you see clips of people like on TikTok or any social media, you see clips, and we already run with what we see sometimes, and we don't watch the full video. We already see, like, okay, this clip, we've already made a decision of what we think about this person, what we think about the situation. We don't watch the whole clip. Remember, it's a moment in your life. It's just a moment, and it's not who you are. It's not who you are. We are allowed to grow. We are allowed to become better. We are allowed to become the best versions of ourselves, and we do not need permission from anybody to do so. We have an image, we have goals, and the person that we want to become, we need to become ruthless in pursuing them. Like, ruthless. And we cannot allow the opinions of others to shake us. Like, I think this week when I saw whatever, I was just like I got upset. I genuinely got upset. And it's not necessarily because um I was upset that the person said it. I think I was just reminded of that version of myself that I used to be. And I was just like, but I'm not that person anymore. And without that version, I wouldn't be the version that I am today. So I was speaking to one of my friends about it, and they were like, just embrace the old. It's brought you to where you are now. Yes, it's not necessarily something that you're crazy about, but you are here now. This is where we are. You've grown. You've done the work. You're still doing the work. Don't don't let these people who said whatever, who are saying whatever, don't allow that to shake you. Keep doing what you're doing, because your life doesn't change whether they say anything or don't say anything. I think the main factor that got me into like thinking about this is that I know who I am now. And most importantly, I know who I am in Christ, and I know who God says I am. So bringing up old things that I used to do, old mistakes, old things, they don't phase me because I know who I am now and I know who I am in Christ. So if someone says my eyes are blue and I know my eyes are not blue, I can see my eyes are not blue, why am I going to sit back and actually question, okay, but are my eyes blue? Like, are there some blue in them? No, it's what I see, it's what I know. So why am I questioning what I already know? And growth doesn't mean that if you've hurt people, you run away from accountability. No. Accountability says, I know I was wrong, you apologize, you do better. But condemnation is saying, I will always be that mistake, which is not true. If we think about Paul in the Bible, that used to be Saul, that was persecuting Christians, and then became Paul and a follower of Christ. Who are we? We are not our mistakes. Imagine Paul let the opinions of others stop him from what his God given purpose was. But yeah, this is my rant. I just experienced this week, guys. And like, I wish I could say what I want to say. But the main thing is that you guys hear what I'm saying. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And may God bless you. And please like, please subscribe. And I hope to see you guys back here soon. Love you. Bye.